Now, one question came to mind here. I wanted to ask you, what do you find in terms of the awareness of the seniors in regards to elder care? Are they familiar with the different aspects of elder care?
I find that overall there is a shockingly low level of awareness with elder care. I mean, people. Most people will agree that they need to have a will in place, but very few understand the need for planning, because the greatest risk people face is not as if they die, it's if they live with a chronic condition. And so, I mean, and I've run into doctors, professionals who they don't know. And particularly the seniors, they have this a false sense of security that, well, I will do a will and everything's gonna be okay. They might get lucky, and that may be the case. But again, it's not a good approach if you want a good result for your family and for your loved ones.
All right. Let's elaborate a little bit more on your services, how they may be helped beyond the life insurance now, and beyond long-term care, and beyond disability.
Certainly.
And let's bring in the legal aspect of.
Certainly. Well, everyone over 18 should have a basic set of documents, which include estate planning, which is a will or a trust.
Right.
And that simply says, when bill passes, here's who's in charge, here's who gets what, and here's the manner in which they get it. If they're minor children, we don't want to give them all at 18.
That's it.
That would be a bad idea for me, and I assume it will for the children. But actually, I believe is more important is incapacity planning. And those are a financial power of attorney, a medical power of attorney, and an advanced medical directive.
Right.
Now, these are while you're alive. Powers of attorneys end when you die. So one gives the ability to pay your assets, pay your bills, keep your credit in good shape. The other is to make non-terminal medical decisions. The advanced medical directives is to say, if you're in a terminal condition, what your wishes are. Right. And regardless of network, regardless of marital status, we're all mortals. So the truth of the matter is you need to have these. And I even have I have people with children in college, and they have a bike accident, and the college won't talk to the parents because the kids are over 18. And they won't give them their grades. So I have some parents send in the kids specifically at the holidays to get the powers of attorney because they want to know what they're paying for. And if their child's not well, they can talk to the hospital.
Boy, it's amazing. That's news to me.
It's news to a lot of people. Yeah. And when the crisis occurs and the hospital says, "Do you have your HIPAA release?" You say, "I'm this person's parent." They're like, "I understand that, but." The hospitals are litigation adverse, so they're not going to take any risks. So it may be an inconvenience to you, but they're more concerned about their own protection than accommodating you. Exactly. So the planning is critical. And again, your age is a factor, because actuarially, if you're young and healthy, you're probably a good bet.
Exactly.
But as you age, your actuarials decrease. And so it becomes more important, and particularly as you age, when you have children, it's not just you, it's other people too. So it's making sure that your whole group of loved ones and family have these in place so their decisions will prevail. Exactly. If you don't do that, the states have an intestate statute that will make the rules for you, and you may not like the results that they have.
Now, what do you feel is the best, hypothetically, the best characteristics for a senior that is prepared for elder care? What should they have, and what do they need to do? What are some of the steps involved?
Well, a senior that is prepared has, one, secured the documents for estate and incapacity planning, and also they have a relationship with a seasoned professional. Because I call legal doom. Because doing it yourself, if your spouse has a stroke, you can go on the internet and say she's not well, and good luck with them getting back to you. Having the relationship with a professional, you can say, okay, well, this has occurred in my life, that's occurred, is there anything I should be aware of? And if there's a change in law, the attorney will let you know. And in addition to, while you're healthy, we recommend the clients gather their personal data, birth certificate to last bank statement, and also their medical data, so that it's not in shoeboxes in the basement, but we have a spreadsheet. We have it collected, and we as a firm with all clients will give a list and say, get these things, don't get them all today, but collect them while you're healthy, because when the crisis hits, if we have all the data, decisions are a lot easier. And there's a lot less stress and headaches. And it's been my experience, no one's ever come off and say, Bill, I just don't have enough headaches.
Right.
I'd like some more. So by having that, they're prepared, and then the decision making is far simpler.
So what I'm hearing from you is that you definitely need to have a power of attorney and seek legal advice early on, it sounds.
At 18, I mean, at 18 is the earliest you can secure this. But for anyone who, but everyone at some point should do it. And the older you are, the more important it becomes. Because if you fail to have a power of attorney, the alternative is a guardianship. And a guardianship is a proceeding wherein they testify that Bill's crazy for the following reasons. And if they prevail with the judge and the judge agrees, my rights are taken away, and I have someone appointed as my guardian who effectively is my surrogate parent, who can tell me how I'll be living my life, and they'll be managing my assets. And this situation comes up when dad doesn't do his documents, has dementia, and then it's gotten beyond the point where we can get a power of attorney. We have to go to court, and I've seen situations where children are testifying against their parent, saying, well, dad does this and that, and he already is paranoid by virtue of the disease, and it forever shatters family harmony. It is a completely avoidable tragedy. The three cases, Nancy Curzon, Karen Ann Quinlan, and I can't think of the third one, these are all cases that they didn't have powers of attorney, and it went to the Supreme Court. And in a guardianship proceeding, they decided to let them end artificial life support. But again, it bankrupted the families, heartbreak. It's the wrong way to do it.
Now, I read somewhere that as many as 70% of the American elderly are ill-prepared. So what all do you need? And if I have a power of attorney, am I safe at that point?
If a power of attorney, you want to have a power of attorney drawn up by a seasoned professional, because frequently powers of attorney are drawn up, they're strictly for estate planning. It's like, you can pay my bills. But an elder law attorney is going to incorporate asset protection planning, meaning I can restructure your assets so that we can help pay for your cost of care. Without that language, I have to go to a judge, ask, say, permission to have the assets transferred or restructured in order to qualify for the different programs, which is a long, expensive process. By having it in the power of attorney, which I think is the most important document, a financial power of attorney, the ability to structure assets consistent with asset protection, then you have taken all the steps until the crisis occurred. You need to have the ability to take those actions.
All right, we're going to take a break here, a short station break, and we'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.